Welcome back to the Meet the Athlete podcast. In today's episode, I'm joined by Alex Millard, straight off the back of qualifying to represent Team GB at Turin this weekend at the Under 23 European Cross Country Championships. Last year, she just missed out, and she's had a fantastic year. And this year, she did it. So sit back, relax, and we have a little chat about her training, the journey up to Liverpool, and the hopes and dreams for the future, I guess. So sit back, relax. I hope you enjoy the episode. Thank you, Alex, for your time. So, Alex, how are we?
Hi, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm very good. I've got my coffee, got my blanket on. It's freezing in my house, so
What more could you want? Yes, same. I'm
yeah,
pretending it's not cold.
yeah, it's absolutely freezing. That uni life is it's not serving me well at the moment.
Yeah,
So
we're trying to not turn the heating on, but it's got to the point now where we've had to give in. But yeah.
yeah. Well, I've the first time in my life I've owned a hot water bottle. So I mean,
Wow, I should probably get
yeah,
one of those.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So we're here to talk about running. That's what we're here to talk about, not moaning about student accommodation and stuff. So obviously you've had a pretty hectic last couple of weeks. How are you feeling? You must be on cloud nine at the moment.
Yeah, I'm buzzing to be honest. I'm feeling very festive as well at the moment. I
Love
can't
it.
wait for Christmas. Yeah, it's been really good. It's just I think relief is kind of the overwhelming feeling as well.
Yeah,
Just kind of it's such a big build up, like kind of from the end of track season, everyone sort of turns to Liverpool.
yeah.
Um, and it's kind of just on your mind for months. Well, it seems like months and months.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just nice to get that done. And yeah, onto Euros.
Yeah, yeah. So for the listener at home, they might not know, but could you take us through like what happened last year in terms of obviously you just narrowly missed out? Do you want to just talk about that for a second?
Yeah, so last year obviously did Liverpool first year under 23. I wasn't really expecting anything. It was quite a nice position to be in. I didn't feel any pressure to make the team really or anything. I wasn't expecting to at all. Um, and I just kind of found myself moving through quite well during the race and found myself up there. And then I was in sick and I was like, what's going on? And then it was kind of the last bit, I just died a death, really. It's that last bit drags so much every time, always
Yeah,
forget. Um, but yeah, I still thought I was in sick, but I wasn't. So um yeah, but didn't find out till the end of the day. My coach, bless him, had to tell me. So yeah, I just missed out by 2 seconds last year, which I wouldn't have been upset with. Like that was an amazing run for me at the time, but it's the fact that I thought I was in and I was so close. That's why it
yeah,
was so frustrating. Um, but yeah, I guess it was fuel to the fire for this year.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. But it wasn't really your fault last year, was it? I think I don't know who it was. We're not going to name and shame, but didn't one of the girls in front not wear the under
Yeah.
23 number?
So I looked behind, sort of going around the last corner, and I thought, oh, it's a senior, so it's fine. Like if she gets me, because I was struggling, she gets me,
Yeah,
it's kind of fine. But I mean, I know I shouldn't have thought that anyway. You've got to drive to the line, which it was a good lesson, I
yeah,
guess. Um, so yeah, I'm not sure if it would have changed anything, but it was slightly annoying.
yeah. But it all paid off this year. Where did you finish in the end in the under 23 race?
I was third under 23.
Yeah, that's great.
It
So
was
yeah,
good.
on the plane to Turin this weekend, how are you feeling for it?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm happy. I kind of at Liverpool, I kind of had a bit of a cold to be honest, and I'm over that now. So yeah,
Oh,
happy with that.
yeah,
Um, so that was stressing me out during the week actually,
yeah.
but and also the rain. I was like,
Oh
oh,
yeah, oh, crikey. But
oh yeah,
you must have had your GB kit delivery this week then.
yes, got it. She's just there.
How is that?
Um, yeah, it's lovely. It's so nice.
Yeah.
Um, I was just sort of waiting. I was sat downstairs the other day because I you could track it, and it was like 10 deliveries to go, 9 deliveries to go.
Refresh, refresh,
Yeah,
refresh,
it was
refresh.
like proper, like telling me all the details, and I was just sat downstairs, like, but
Yeah,
yeah, it's so nice. Tried it all on. It's gorgeous.
yeah.
Very
At,
exciting.
at least it wasn't the same sort of thing that happened with Matt's night delivery when some stuff got stolen by DPD.
I don't know what happened there. That was crazy. That was so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with Liverpool, was there a specific tactic for the race? Because obviously you had a very dominant performance at Milton Keynes, winning the under 23 race, well, winning the whole senior race. So obviously you must have been going into it pretty confident, but Liverpool is a different ball game, completely different course.
Yeah, I was. confident, but even it's only a 2 week gap, but I don't know, you like a lot can happen in 2 weeks. Like I got ill, and the weather kind of took a turn and stuff like that. So it's just a completely different race, really. Yeah, Milton Keynes was like perfect conditions, felt great, beautiful. It just all clicked. And yeah, Liverpool, I was fine, felt fine to be honest. It was, but just more of a slog, in the mud. But tactics, just kind of not go off crazy, obviously because it's a bit longer. So just sort of settle in, and just work your way through. Really, I didn't really have any tactics. Just not go off too fast, really. And I mean, me and Grace, we're so similar at the moment. So I was just sort of like, we can kind of run around together basically. So that was really nice. And yeah, just push on if I'm feeling good at the end. And yeah, managed to get quite a gap on the other under 23s towards the end. So that was good.
Yeah, for sure. So for the listener at home, obviously they don't know that we've known each other for ages.
Yes.
Matt, the other guys from Invicta, sorry. So yeah, we've known each other for ages. So if I'm completely honest, there's always been a thing with Milton Keynes where people run really well at Milton Keynes. 2 weeks later, then actually don't run that well at Liverpool. So I was slightly concerned. I didn't voice that.
I had that in my brain as well, and I was like,
So I had that slight kind of, oh no, I really want Alex to do well because I've known her for so long. And but no, you actually smashed out of the park. So
yeah, no, that was one thing I had in my mind. I was like, yeah, but yeah, you just got
also,
to.
I guess Milton Keynes is quite like hilly in comparison to Liverpool, isn't it? So I was like, oh, maybe she just really thrives on a hilly course.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know what my preferred thing is, because obviously Parliament Hill was hilly, and I like that. Milton Keynes hilly, but it's sort of different kind of hills. They're not. I don't know. They're just like a injection of vertical hill. I don't really. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but it's just quite different to Liverpool, I guess.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm very happy that you managed to get on that plane, got your GV kit, and I'll be watching intently this weekend.
Thank you.
So what are the plans for the future? Obviously, this is potentially the start of like something big for you. Obviously you've improved massively over the last year, or over the last 5 years. So this is potentially the start of a professional career. Who knows? Not gonna. Yeah. So is that where you see yourself going? Do you think you've got the potential to get there?
Well, I think it would be really cool. I'd love to. Yeah, I think it's just all about gradual progression, I guess. Sort of since I started uni, it's kind of taken off a bit. And yeah, it's just about, carrying on doing doing what I'm doing all the right things. But at the same time, not overthinking it and enjoying it, I guess. Yeah, it's what I'd like to do. I guess it's what I'd like to do. It would be cool.
Yeah, for sure. Other people don't know this. Obviously, I know this because we've known each other for a while. But there was actually a point when you were a bit younger that you thought about dropping out. If I'm correct, would you say? Yeah.
When I was quite a lot younger. Yeah. It was kind of at the end of school, and it was, in the winter, and it'd be dark, and it'd be like I'd have hockey, and then it was like, or other sport, and then I'd be like, I've got to go training, and there was a point where I just sort of wasn't enjoying it that much, and I was like, Mum, I'm gonna drop, like I want to drop out and stuff. And then my mum was like, right, no, you're not, you're gonna talk to Peter, my coach at home. He was great, always been great, and is still involved, always supportive. And yeah, so had a chat with Peter, and then I was like, no, we're carrying on. And yeah, obviously glad I did.
Well done, Mrs. Millard. She's done the right thing there for sure.
Yeah.
So would you see yourself being more successful at the cross, or do you think your future could lie in something like track or road?
Well, I'd like to think that I'll keep improving on the track. Yeah, I like cross country a lot, but I don't know what I prefer, to be honest, but probably say track, just because it's, in the summer, it's a bit more sort of glamorous, I guess. But yeah, no, definitely want to pursue the track. 100%.
And you can do a lot more hot weather training for the track for sure.
Exactly. I'd like to go to some nice places. That would be nice.
Yeah, for sure. So how did you actually get into running? Obviously, we both ran for Invicta when we were younger. You were there well before I was. So yeah, talk about that a little bit.
I think it was just sort of sports day at school and stuff. I've always been sporty, like my family's quite sporty. Was always in the school sports teams. Then sports day would sort of beat the boys, you know.
Good to hear.
And then I thought, oh, quite like running. People were like, you should go to the local club. And I just thought, why not? And then I sort of I joined and I was part of the multi-event group just because I guess that's what you get thrown into to just like see what you like, you know, get a bit of try a bit of everything. And I remember watching people just run round like run laps, and I was just like, I kind of just want to do that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why I think that, but you know, I can't say I was the best at high jump, etc. So that's probably why.
You're not
Um,
the tallest. Yeah.
no, no. So yeah, I'd see people running around, and I was just like, I kind of want to be in that group. And then I think I just hopped into that group, joined Peter's group. So yeah, that's kind of how. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very, very cool. Yeah, obviously I know your parents, they're both very sporty. So I have a similar sort of thing, I guess, where really sporty family have no choice really other than to be to be in sports. But yeah, so I've got something a little bit more serious that I want to ask you about as a ignorant male, if you like. I just wondered if there's any barriers you faced in the sport with regards to sexism or the fact that you're a female, whether this has kind of got in the way of your progression or anything like that. Yeah.
I wouldn't say I've personally experienced any sexism really. Um, like that comes to mind immediately. But I think running kind of one of the few sports that's actually quite appreciates the female side of things quite equally, I'd say. I know there's sort of the debate about distance ran in cross country and stuff. But I just sort of think of that as we're biologically different. Like maybe think of it more as like equality on time we're running for rather than distance. Because I think, you know, having a bit shorter for the girls just makes it more of an exciting race, I guess, sometimes. Rather than being out there for like over half an hour. Yeah, and I think it keeps people in the sport more, I guess, and it's more, yeah, it's better to watch. Um, but yeah, not really anything I can think of. Obviously, there's an obvious female barrier of like periods and stuff,
Yeah,
if
of
that's what
course.
you're mean. But I think Sam Harrison talked quite a lot about that, didn't she? It was quite interesting.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad you found that interesting, but you definitely know more about that than I do, even after that podcast with Sam. But so what is the training setup at Loughborough in terms of like the female athletics kind of side of things?
so we kind of have we have like a big girls group coached by Bill. Bill's Babes, that's what
Yeah,
we're
Bill's
called.
babes. Nice.
Yeah, so yeah, we're just a big female group. And it's just great like vibes really. Just we support each other every Tuesday, Saturday, running around the field like weirdos. No, it's fun. It's really fun. It just keeps everyone motivated. And yeah, it's a good atmosphere really.
Are the groups like quite well integrated with like the guys, like the male group as well, or is it kind
In
of
the
quite kept
past,
separate?
yeah, in the past it hasn't been but I think in the past few years it's got more integrated, and I've been training more with the boys this year, I'd say, which has been good, just switching things up a bit. So also more on the track, because last year I was kind of throughout winter just basically just on grass, and I did maybe like one or two track sessions. But this year I've done a few more track sessions, just keeping that going. And yeah, sort of we've had a couple of big group sessions where everyone trains together as well. So we go to the big field, which is quite nice. So yeah, we do a bit of everything, try and mix it up, but also try and get everyone involved together. So that's quite nice.
Is that the famous Holywell field?
Holywell.
Yeah. Is that
Holywell.
a Holywell? Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
nice. No, I like Holywell. Love that.
Holywell sounds better.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's sometimes Holywell, but we've been going to this other one called Derby Road. But yeah, Holywell is like the main Loughborough field, and Brock, if you've heard of Brock.
Okay, I haven't heard of that one.
Tuesday night one. Brock's the
Okay.
Tuesday one. Yeah.
What's the one that's around the cricket field and it's like really quick because the grass is really nice and trim.
That's Brock. That's
Yeah,
Brock.
I've heard rumors about the GPS around there. You can rack up some pretty impressive rep times around that field.
Yeah, yeah. Brock's nice to us. good.
Yeah, for sure. What do you make of the track? I've heard, well, I've run on the track once. I wasn't a fan. The track felt like it was like 10, 20 meters longer than a normal track, but it could be completely psychological.
Yeah, I don't know. I love training on it, but yeah, I wouldn't say it's the fastest track, but I don't really know, to be honest, what feels like I guess Watford feels like a fast track. I don't know.
Yeah, it does,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's not the fastest track, I guess, but I like training on it. Um, and I like racing on it too, to be honest, because it's my home track. So I just kind of,
Mm.
used to it. Yeah, I don't know.
So take me through kind of what your like training week looks like. So like Monday you do this, Tuesday you do this, so on and so forth.
So Monday is gym in the morning, and I usually do like a bike before that, sort of warm up. And it's kind of a mini double, just half an hour. Um, yeah, then gym, and then run in the evening. We've got Monday night run club.
Nice.
Um, and then Tuesday is session day. So usually a grass session on Brock or track session. Um, so last week I did 5 by K on the track, 90 with the boys.
Yeah.
Wednesday is run in the morning for about an hour. And then gym in the afternoon as well. Thursday is usually, we've never really been set tempos before, the girls, but this year we've started to be set a little tempo. So I've been doing a tempo on Thursday, and then sort of after my first cross country race, which was in Dublin. I don't know if you saw that. It was just like a sort of, it's the one we did last year as well. It's just quite a nice like season opener. I had a couple of weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, where I was doing some doubles as well. Yeah, so just like starting to incorporate some doubles. So I do that on Monday and Thursday. But I haven't done that for a few since Milton Keynes. I can't really remember. I haven't done it for a few
Yeah.
weeks now. But that was like the main training block, I guess. And then Friday rest day. Saturday will be grass session. So sometimes we'll be in a big group together, or we like to go to Bradgate for some hills, Bradgate Park. Yeah, and then Sundays obviously a long run.
It is always a long run. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I'll never get it when people do their long runs on Saturdays or Fridays. It's like, oh, it doesn't sit well. You can't call it an FLR on Strava. What's that about?
No. Mm-mm.
Disgusting. So for the listeners at home, obviously you've been in a relationship with Matt, another guest on the podcast, for quite a long time.
Yeah.
I can't remember you not being together, to be honest. And as much as this podcast is about you and about how you're going to be very successful in the future, I know it. Is there any part of the relationship that kind of gets tricky when, say, like Matt is absolutely crushing it? Obviously, he signed his first pro contract, and as much as you're crushing it, is there anything that kind of like creeps in, or is it always 100% supportive all the time?
I think, well, particularly this summer has just been very inspiring, really. It's just been so cool. I think sort of when we were a bit younger, it could be harder sometimes. I don't know, but I think we're like more mature now, used to it now, and it's usually, yeah, it's all very supportive. I think we've got a good setup. We both know how each other work, and yeah, it's good that we're obviously both competitive, but I think it just further cover on. Like, I'm just inspired, to be honest.
Yeah.
After this summer, it's just really cool to see like what experiences and opportunities can open up when you run a bit fast. So yeah.
Yeah. And now he's obviously in there with the Nike people. Maybe he'll slide
I'm
your
not
name
sure
in there
about
somewhere.
that yet, but yeah.
Never say never.
I guess it would get difficult if sort of one of us is injured and one's doing really well, something like that. But we haven't really, touch wood, had any big injuries, either of us. Apart from, I had one maybe a couple of years ago, which that was a bit frustrating, but yeah, not
Yeah,
anything.
I don't think Matt's ever been like mega injured, has he?
No, we've been quite lucky.
But likewise, you might find in the future that if he gets injured and you're absolutely crushing it on no side of pro contract or whatever, then maybe he feels a bit jealous or whatever. So
yeah, no, it's just things you've got to deal with, isn't it?
yeah.
But yeah, no, I definitely like being in a relationship with a runner. I think it's just easier, like we're on the same schedule, we get it. And obviously we're sort of always in a similar place because we live really close to each other at home, and then we're here, and we both split our year, so we've got another year here as well. So yeah, at the moment it works really well.
Yeah, for sure. So what shoes and watch do you use for your training week in, week out?
So I'm a big fan of the Invincibles, obviously. Uh, for long runs, easy runs. Yeah, just so nice and cushioned. And then I have the New Balance 1080s as well. I think they're really good because I did have sort of Invincibles and pegs, and I'd kind of alternate them, but I've kind of gone off pegs a bit.
Okay.
Just I think just because they feel so hard now compared to Invincibles.
Okay. Yeah.
So I like
Yeah.
the 1080s. Um, and then on the track, I'll wear streak flies or um, vapor flies, I guess. And then I've also got Saucony Endorphin Speeds for like the grass when it's not really muddy. And if it's muddy, I'll just wear spikes or trails. No, I wouldn't wear trails really. And I wore trails last year, but
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's about it, I think.
Yeah. Pretty
Yeah,
standard. Yeah. I think that's a pretty solid setup. I think a lot of people have that sort of setup at the moment.
yeah.
So obviously using this kit, hopefully gonna take you far in the near future. What are your plans in terms of like the next 3 to 6 months in terms of any goal races that you want to do, anything that you particularly want to kind of target, like are you targeting indoor track, for example, or do you want to stay kind of roads and cross till track season next year?
Mhm. I think I'm gonna have a bit of downtime over Christmas and then get back into it. And I think I'm doing a race in Belgium for one of the England races on the 22nd of Jan. So I think that'll be my
Okay.
first race back after Euros. Those are always fun. Just experience going away somewhere new. And then I think it's Bucks Cross on the 4th of Feb.
Yeah.
Definitely targeting that. Um, and then Bucks indoors. I think I'm not going to do much indoors. I think I'm just going to do the Bucks 3K indoors just to, yeah, have a little dabble in the indoors. Didn't do it
Yeah.
last year, so that'll be quite fun. Um, yeah, that's all I can really think of so far.
Yeah.
At the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I think it's good to have some like short-term goals, you know. You
Yeah.
mentioned like having some downtime over Christmas. What does that really look like? Is it like time completely off from running, or is it just like a lot more easy running?
Just easy running. I probably won't have a week fully off. I'll just have a easy week, really easy week. Oh, I forgot also track in the summer will be under 23 euros. Be aiming for that.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good
That's
target to
quite
have,
a
I
big
think.
one. Yeah. I forgot that slipped my mind, that one. Yeah.
Do you tend to kind of think about things too far in advance, or do you try kind of keep things within arm's reach?
No,
If
I
that makes
think keep
sense.
things within arm's reach. Yeah. Obviously that's like a goal, but I'm not really thinking about it right now. So yeah,
Yeah.
just
If you
take
if
each one as it comes, really.
Yeah, exactly. As long as you're doing like the best you can do, like right now, that will come 100%. So maybe the question that everyone's been wanting to know the answer to, I don't know. It's something that I've been really excited to ask you. Is what is your Nando's order?
My Nando's order. Do you know what? I can't actually say that I'm a Nando's regular, really.
Really? Okay.
I think it's
Oh,
slightly overrated, but
and
it
that's
is
going to
really
be the podcast there, guys. Thank you for tuning in. No, I'm joking. I'm joking,
yeah.
Karen.
Yeah. So I don't go there that often, but like it is good. I appreciate it. It is good. I think I'd go for I usually go chicken wrap and then curry chips and the grains, with like the feta on top.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Really
okay. That's
nice.
a new one. Yeah.
Or yeah, or if I'm wanting some health, I'll go 10% broccoli because I
Okay.
think they do it really nicely. But that's quite boring. Sorry, everyone.
And what spice level do you normally get?
Medium.
Media. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, maybe this is a bit more applicable, and this is a very, very bold assumption. But what is your Starbucks order then? Is that a bit more of a go-to?
Oh yeah, I'm a Starbucks girl to be honest.
Yeah,
And this is a bit of a weird one, but I love a matcha latte. Do you know what matcha is?
not a clue.
No. Basically, it's like green tea. It's like a green tea latte. So it's like green tea, but like in powder form.
Okay,
So like it's fully like a green drink. It's like, but it's
okay.
like it's like a latte, and
Sounds
yeah,
healthy.
really nice. Yeah, I don't know if it is healthy. I think it's healthy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just kind of it's quite like an earthy taste. It's an acquired taste. I think you should try it. I recommend.
I'll give it a go, but I can't say I'm like it. I like pretty much everything apart from leeks. That's the only thing that I've come across I don't
Leeks.
actually like. Yeah, for some reason I
Wow.
just don't like them.
Do you like
But
courgette?
yeah, like, I'll eat them. Like I wouldn't say I like them,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
My
don't
one
dislike
thing
them.
is courgette. I like most things. I can't get over the texture of courgette.
Yeah, they're just the matcha latte. It's not screaming something enjoyable to me, but I will give it a
That's
go.
fair enough. That's fair enough.
I'll keep an open mind. Is there anything you're looking forward to, particularly to like eating over Christmas when you just take some time off and just relax?
I guess just Christmas dinner, really. I
Yeah,
love cranberry sauce.
yeah.
So yeah, and then leftovers turkey and ham pie. That's always a banger. Yeah, and I'm excited to go home and like do some baking and stuff, you know. It's just stuff I don't do here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that would be
Is
nice.
is your diet quite strict when you're like in training mode, or are you generally kind of like pretty good with what you like and what you dislike?
I mean, I've kind of got a routine because I sort of know what I buy every week when I shop. You know what I mean? So it's a pretty standard.
Yeah,
But I wouldn't say I try to be like I eat healthy, but it's because I enjoy eating healthy. But I'm not gonna like not get a cookie from Lidl or something occasionally. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah, it's pretty chill, especially when you're doing this much running at this time of year as well. Like
yeah.
you've got to.
And you're freezing in your uni accommodation as well. You need some of that fat to keep you warm.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we've got some trivia questions.
I know.
I know some people weren't happy with how easy Will Barnaco's questions were last
I
week.
need the easy ones though. This is where I'm going to embarrass myself, but we'll see.
See, I'm gonna apologise straight away, and I don't think these are anywhere near as easy. But
Okay.
it's because I know more about you, so it's easier for me to ask you things. You
No,
know.
I'm up for it. I'm going to give it a go.
Okay.
It's fine.
So the first question I've got for you. Oh, correct. I do apologise. There is an opportunity for a bonus point. So if you got them all right, you could have 6 out of 5.
Wow. Okay.
But that's because they were really harsh. So
Okay.
first question is, what is the first ever event you did for Invicta?
Oh, is this the first thing on my power of 10?
Yeah.
Um, I'm going to go with like 60 meters, 75 meters.
What is your final answer?
Oh, 75 meters.
That is correct. That's correct. Smashed it. Smashed it. Yeah, 75 meters. It's a weird
Wow.
one. I've never even heard of that. But yeah,
Yeah.
12.6 seconds. You were flying. That's great,
And a
Ren. That's
natural
great,
born
Ren.
sprinter, clearly.
There you go. I'd sack off the Brock grass sessions and
What am I doing? No.
well, you got the beautiful indoor track there at Loughborough as well. Well, indoor straight if you like.
That's lovely. Purple.
Okay. The next question. I don't know if this is mean or this is quite easy. I guess you kind of got like a 1 in 5 chance of getting it right. Which of the Kent League cross country courses was the first one that you won?
Swanley.
Okay, no, it was Summerhill School. So in my head, I was like, okay, I can list them off, but I've forgotten
Yeah.
one of them. And I was like,
Okay.
as soon as I list them off, you know that it's definitely not that one that I've forgotten. So then you're down to 4. So I was like, makes it too easy if I explain it. So I left you in the dark a bit there. But yeah, Summerhill
Wait,
School, the hilly one.
that was my first one.
Yeah, that's the first one that you won.
I won. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
At Tunbridge. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Okay. The third question I've got for you. This isn't really about you. This is more about. I'm sorry, I'm talking about Matt so much. That wasn't my intention.
It's fine.
Was how many times did I beat Matt at Junior Parkrun?
Oh gosh, quite a lot, right?
It's a decent amount. Yeah, this is my
Oh,
claim to fame.
no idea.
I'll give you ±2. So if you get within 2 of it, I'll give you the point.
I've got a number in my head, but I don't know why I've got this number in my head, and it's quite a lot. Like 16.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay, so it's 14.
So I can get that.
So you get the point. Yeah, fair play. Fair enough.
Yes. I don't know why I had that.
When you
Okay.
said quite a big number and then you said 6, I was like, no, there's no way she's gone for 60. Like, I thought you were going to say 60. I was like, whoa. Yeah,
No, not
no,
60. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, okay, fair.
yeah. Sorry, Matt. Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah,
That's
sorry.
I think it might be the only races I ever beat Matt at. He beat me at everything else. But
Well, you've got to
yeah,
keep reminding him then. You've got
of
to
course,
keep.
keep him humble. Keep him humble.
Obviously.
There you go. Okay, fourth question is obviously when we were a bit younger, we used to go to Belgium at Christmas with Invicta, you know, like the trips to Belgium.
Yeah.
So we took part in a road 5K. I can't remember the name of it, you know,
Mhm.
around the nice Brussels city. But who out of me and you finished first?
What, were we racing each other?
So we're in the same race. So
Okay.
who won? And there's a bonus point if you can get the time.
Who won out of us two?
Yeah.
Just because you're asking that question, I'm going to say me because you'd think it would be you.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. Or maybe it was you. Oh, I don't know. Oh, surely it was you. Oh, I don't know. And the time.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go. I think I remember it being quite short. So
Okay.
I think 16.
So I'm going to stop you there. I think they actually adjusted the time to make it 5K. So we ran quicker than this, but I think they used the pace and adjusted it to the right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay. 17. Twenty.
Okay.
I don't
So
know.
I'll give you the point for saying that you won because you did.
Okay.
You did beat me.
Okay. It won't be 1720 then. No way.
No,
1740.
no, you're still very optimistic.
I
So
are.
I think we were both well. You were under 17. I can't remember if I was
Um,
under 17. But you ran 1903. I think I ran 2020. So not great from me there. But that's what I
oh,
mean. I remember it being a lot quicker.
I swear it was quick. Yeah, that's why I
Mm,
was thinking like too quick because I think it was. I thought it was short. But oh
mm.
well.
But yeah, on the official results, 1903, and that's all I can
Wow.
go off. But
Okay.
I did try and even look on your Strava, but there was
Don't have Strava.
barely anything on the Strava. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I've lost count
Okay.
of what. Okay, so you got that question right. You got that question right. Didn't get that one right, and you did get that. Okay, so you're 3 out of 4 right now. Okay,
Okay. Did I get
this
a point for that one then?
you did get a point for saying that you beat me. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so you're 3 for 4. So that was a bit of a weird question, but fifth and final question. This I think this is pretty horrible as well. So you know that we did a 24-hour relay
Yeah.
where seven are us and 5 other mates we did running continuously for 24 hours, and we raised a certain amount of money to
Yeah.
the nearest £100. How much money did we raise? And I wanted to do something about distance or who ran the furthest in their relay or anything, but I couldn't find enough Strava
Okay.
data to calculate it. So I had to go off the money.
So
This
how
is
much money did you raise?
yeah, to the nearest 100.
I think it was 3,000
Yeah, so it's 3,000 something.
and something. Yeah. Oh, I have no idea. 3,200.
So it's 3,700 to the nearest 100. The exact
Okay.
number is £3,656.
That's
Now
decent.
that took some digging. That took some
Good
digging
work.
to find that.
Did you
Because
go on the video?
yeah, so I went onto the video, but there wasn't any info about like the final amount because obviously people might have donated afterwards.
Oh,
I then
yeah.
tried going onto the Virgin Giving website, which is actually now closed. Like you can't donate through Virgin Giving anymore. They stopped that
Oh,
last year. So I found through one of my stories on my archive the link to and yeah, basically that's how I found it.
wow.
But
Fair play.
so yeah, 3,656. We did all right. We did all right.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I remember that was agony. My knee on that second leg. So for the listener at home, we ran 24 hours continuously between us. This was during lockdown, so we couldn't like run with each other or anything like that. So I think we did 1 hour and 42 minute stints each. So someone would run from 12 till 1:42, and then 2 till 3:24 and things like that. And so we all did 2 stints each. I can't remember what times your were. I know mine was like 3 in the afternoon and then 3 in the morning.
It was 12 and 12.
12 and
Yeah.
12. So yeah,
Yeah.
so we like I ran half 3 in the morning,
Yeah.
for an hour and 42 minutes.
So gross.
So I don't know. This is not common knowledge. I cried on my second leg because my knee was in so much pain.
Oh, Cole.
So
Bless.
yeah,
Well done for getting through it.
I
That's
appreciate it. I
impressive.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I can't believe we did that. I remember someone was like, "Oh, let's do it again." Probably Louis.
Probably do it.
And I was like, "No, we're not doing that again."
No,
But
definitely not.
it was a time in our lives. It's
Yeah.
something to look back on.
Oh, it's definitely a memory, 100%. And we raised a decent amount of money, which I think actually you and Matt were kind of 70% responsible for that amount of money being raised.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, good times, good times. Well, thank you very much for coming on the pod.
No, thank you for having me.
Well, and wish you all the best this weekend in Turin, representing Team GB.
Much. Thank you very much.